Thank you, Nick. Sorry, Professor Lieben. Well, passion. I'd like to acknowledge 3 different groups or entities in a very short talk to you today. And the first is the University of Bristol. I am deeply, deeply honored and deeply humbled by this. So I'd like to thank the University of Bristol for this. But I'd also like to thank the University of Bristol for helping me transition from Splot into the normal world. My father worked in the steelworks in Splot, and if those of you, oh, by the way, is anyone here from Cardiff? Oh man, look at that. Anybody from Splot? You are joking. Really? No, he's put his hand down now. I thought it was too much. So anyway, I want to thank the University of Bristol. The second is I want to thank my father. He worked in the steelworks. He worked double shifts before I came to university. He helped me out enormously. I respected him so much. Whenever I've had a problem and I've had to think through what's the right thing to do, I always think, what would he have done? 2 months after my PhD, I was in Cardiff and I was having a pint with my dad. And his friend Billy Short was with him, and Billy was a coalman. So the 3 of us are sitting down. I just received the PhD. And my father went to the toilet, and Billy turned across and he said, so your dad told me. And I said, really, what? He said, he told me. I said, what? He said that you've just got a degree in intelligence. And I just wish I'd been able to live up to that. Anyway, my father died 2 months after that, and actually died alone and very suddenly. And so I've never had a chance to do this, so thank you, Dad. The third I'd like to acknowledge is Brian Williams, BPJ Williams, who later after Bristol went to Aberdeen University where he was a professor. And Brian has remained a friend of mine, well, basically all my life. Absolutely tremendous guy. He was an amazing teacher at Bristol, but it wasn't just the teaching. He had passion. And this may sound really strange, but no one had ever spoken to me with passion before. Yeah, sure, there was the odd Baptist minister who basically professed passion, but he didn't speak to me. Brian spoke to me with passion. A few years ago, I was interviewed for a newspaper, and one of the questions were, what are your hobbies? And my answer was, I don't have hobbies. I only have passions. I have my wife, which is a passion, but certainly not a hobby. I have my 2 sons who are sitting here, and they're passions of mine. But in terms of hobbies, no, I don't have hobbies. I have passions. So I know I'm not supposed to do this to all you wearing gowns here today, but if there's only one thing I can say to you is, whatever you do, do it with passion. And if you don't feel passionate about it, don't do it. So that's, and one final thing, maybe I'm not supposed to do this, but congratulations to all of you. This is a tremendous university, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you.